Hello everybody, Dark Ninja here. Today I'm going to be playing and reviewing the Contradictus, which is one of the new Holiday Ops mystery or box tanks. Out of the 5 Tier 8 and Tier 9 box tanks, this one is probably my favorite, and I think it's arguably the best one out of all of them. And so today I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to play and how it kind of works and showing it off, so you can decide whether you want to go for it yourself. Before we hop into some games, I need to talk a little bit about this tank and give you a little brief overview. So the tank has 360 alpha damage, and it has a double shot mechanic. And the mechanic basically works in such a way that you change modes, which takes 2 seconds, and you can do that while moving, just like on the CS63, except you can do it while moving. And it has 2 barrels, and you can basically just click and 2 shots will come out, so you don't have any loading time such as in the ST2 or other double barrel tanks. You just click and it shoots, but it's basically like a shotgun. It's got terrible accuracy, so you can only really use it at close range usually. Now the gun on this tank is quite similar to the Renegade. Right now I have it compared to the Renegade. It has 200 less DPM, which isn't great. But you've got to keep in mind it does have that double shot mechanic, which the Renegade doesn't have. It's got worse dispersion factors, basically bloom values, so the gun will bloom more when you're moving and turning. But it has better fully aimed accuracy and better aim time. So the gun, honestly, I would say is roughly comparable in level to the Renegade's gun. And they have the same pen values as well for their AP and APCR rounds. Where it's worse than the Renegade is its mobility. It's got less mobility than the Renegade, and you can feel it. But honestly, it's not that terrible. It goes 42 kilometers with a Bond Turbo, so 41 with the Bounty, and it reaches that top speed without too many troubles on medium and hard terrain because it's got 17 power to weight, which is not bad at all. Now, where this tank really shines compared to the Renegade is its armor. So let's take a look at this thing's armor model. Right now I'm going to load gold, which this thing has 255 pen gold. Lower plate, it can go right through. It's 200 millimeters thick effective, which is honestly not that bad because when you angle it like this or so, it starts to get up to, you know, the outside is 230, the inside is like 225. A lot of tier 8 heavy tanks and tier 8 medium tanks can't even pen that with their standard rounds, which is not bad. You can over angle it even more, and it just becomes an auto ricochet. Now the upper plate, as you can see, even with 255 gold, it's still a 50-50 whether it goes through. So if you can angle up the armor at all, it becomes incredibly strong to the point where even tier 10 gold rounds will not get through it unless it's like a tank destroyer. And this thing can use its gun depression. It has 10 degrees of gun depression, so you can use this very often to bounce shots off your upper plate. Its turret is even more impressive. Of the flat turret face is 300 millimeters thick, basically, or 290 or so. And you can even angle up the turret. It's got a turret similar to the Kranwagen, where you can angle it up, and this makes it even thicker. It's like 330 effective when you angle it up. And you can use that to hide your cupola as well. One thing to note is when you angle up your turret, there is a thin bar here that people can pen, but realistically, I don't think anyone's ever going to hit this shot. It's a tiny shot, and if you just randomly move your gun down slightly when you see them aiming at it, then there's a chance they'll bounce as well. No one is going to go for that shot, so don't really worry about that, in my opinion. It's more important to hide your cupola. The cupola is pretty big. It's not too hard of a shot when you're at close range. But at longer ranges, it's going to be much better than the Renegade's giant cupola, that's for sure. So let's go now to the equipment and setup for this tank. I'll go over field mods first. So, whoops, that's the wrong one. Right here. So I'm picking left for the better mobility. You could arguably pick right, especially if you're running hardening, just to get your track HP up, but I thought the mobility was more important and the traverse speed. For this one, I pick left, and for the last one, I'm picking periscope electric drive. For equipment, I'm running something very interesting. This thing can't mount a rammer, which is another downside compared to the Renegade for sure. making that DPM disparity even bigger. But I'm using turbo hardening, which in my opinion, you should definitely run on this tank pretty much no matter what, especially the turbo. This thing has very great HP with bounty hardening and all the field mods. It's 1720, which is really good. You can outtrade people very easily just because of how much HP you have. And for the last piece of equipment, I would either go with V-Stab or Vents. The reason why I'm choosing to do Vents instead of V-Stab is because the double shot mode has very bad accuracy, but its bloom is not that bad and its aim time is not that bad. So imagine this is the aim circle for your double shot mode. It'll bloom like this, but then it'll snap in really quickly because it has good aim time, and it won't actually bloom out that much as you would think. So that's why I'm going with Vents, because Vents will actually help the accuracy in the double shot mode, and will also help your DPM. But keep in mind, V-Stab is going to help a lot in the single shot mode, which is what you're going to be using most of the time. So I think V-Stab is perfectly viable as well. Alright, without further ado, let's get into some games, and I'll show off the Contradictious. Alright, so the first game, pretty terrible matchmaking. We get Safe Haven, West Spawn in Tier 10. One thing is this tank is quite matchmaking dependent because of its armor. Its armor still can sometimes work against higher tiers, but where this tank really shines is fighting equal tier opponents and lower, because a lot of them simply just don't have the ability to pen it. So I'm going to load gold right off the bat, because I'm a filthy gold spammer. The Holiday Ops bonus plus 50% credits, and then when you have a clan bonus and a personal credit booster, even if you fire full gold, you still make a lot of credits, so I don't feel that bad. And also, in this tank, it's sometimes hard to switch your shells back to AP, or switch to APCR just because of how the intuition works. I don't know exactly how to explain it because I don't know for sure, but sometimes it'll make you reload both the shells in your clip, or both the shells in your cannons when you switch shell types, which is a huge pain. One thing I should mention is after you double shot, you can't just reload one shell and then be ready to fire with your one shell again. You have to reload both shells before you can use your single shot again. I'm tempted to go into double shot mode here in case someone YOLOs, but I don't think they're gonna probably YOLO, so I'm just gonna keep my single shot because it's still quite a far ways away. Yeah, I should have kept in single mode. So there you can see how the mode switching works. I'll wait for this guy to fire. E4 fired. At this range, the double shot is just not worth it. It's just way too hard to hit. This thing only has 255 pens, so keep that in mind. These are not by any means guaranteed shots. Right there, it just switched guns, so it like switched my perspective, which is kind of an annoying thing, but I mean, it makes sense that that would happen. I don't know, right now I'm just kind of farming, to be honest. Nothing special. This E4 is kind of alone. I want to push on him, but I don't want to take the hit from him either. Still not worth using the double shot. You really don't want a double shot unless it's like a target that has no armor and they're close range, or if you're like actually just straight up very close range, so you can actually aim the shot. Aiming for a weak spot, even at that range, it's not likely to hit. So I think I'm going to come to this corner. There is a Toro, which I need to be careful about. That thing has 1600 clip potential. But I'm hoping my team will just come behind me and support me, which it looks like they probably are going to, so. I'm gonna switch modes. Okay, he just dies anyway. See how I have to reload both shells now, though? That's a major thing to watch out for, also another thing to mention is you travel slower in the I'm gonna double shot here. You do travel slower. Oh man, I didn't switch modes in time. I only got 49 damage there. That sucks. Wish I had single shot. When you're using the double shot mode, you move slower forwards and backwards, so it's not worth it to stay in the double shot mode unless you absolutely know that you're going to be double shooting. But the nice thing is you can do it while moving, so... Okay, this game was kind of just a roll. I really didn't get to show off the armor or anything this game. It was kind of just a freebie, unfortunately. We just killed 2 guys in the tunnel and then the game is over. That's pretty sad. Can I at least double shot the Kaori or something? I hit his upper plate there, so as you can see, it's So I have the other shell in the gun right now. Just as a heads up, so I can double shot this guy. And we managed to. I am the closest one to this guy, so hopefully I can get to him before he dies. It's gonna be hard to double shot him though, because it's actually hard to pin his upper plate. So unless it's looking really good as to the angle that I have on him, I'm probably just going to single shot. Please don't peek the 4K. And I don't want to switch to my double shot mode until the very last second anyways, because it'll make me slower. So didn't really get to show off the anything besides the gun this game, really. It does have good accuracy, like fully aimed accuracy. And the bloom is honestly not that bad, even without V-step. You just have to fully aim your shots, and its aim time is quite good, so... I still do think I prefer the Renegade to this tank, though. I think mostly because of the speed and the DPM. But in the right situation, this thing is definitely stronger than the Renegade, because its armor is way better. And its double shot mechanic at close range can be very deadly. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so we get Studzienki next. East spawn. Looking at the lineup, usually in a tank like this, which is very good hold down, I'll play in the north. And I think I'm going to do the same this time. I don't see any reason to go south, especially with 2 artilleries. One thing to mention as well, this tank is quite tall, so you gotta watch out for that. It's a very easy arty target. Now I'm wondering if I should load AP or APCR. I think I'm gonna load APCR just because of the Holiday Ops bonus. And I'm probably gonna be shooting at heavy tanks anyways. 226 is not quite enough to pen something like a Defender very easily. So... I think I just want to go straight to the corner over here, which will show you, and just play hold down. This is usually what I do on this map. I don't commit into this position here. Usually, the reason why, especially against 2 artillery, the reason why is artillery, first of all, can just nail it. And the other thing is, I just find that a lot of people peek where this 112 is very often, so it's pretty easy to get free damage here. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit, but that's alright. So if I can hide my lower plate, this 112 has very little chance of penning me. Even my lower plate is kind of hard to pen for him. I'm looking at the map. The Lorraine and Squall are winning the south. Looks like we're gonna lose the south. He just went unlit. What the heck? This guy's not paying attention to me. I can't double shot though. It's too far. But I can fully aim and miss. He just fired, so I out-reload him. But the 112 could peek, so I gotta watch out for that. Oh, I guess I don't out-reload him. Interesting. I wonder if I do now. If that was just mistimed or something. I don't know. But either way, we get a second shot, so it wasn't all for nothing. I can't actually... If he doesn't hit my side, he will probably bounce my lower plate, so that's something to watch out for. And that's that accuracy coming in again. It's more accurate than the Renegade. It's really good accuracy. Not really good, but like it's solid accuracy. This Contradictious is kind of pushed in. I'm gonna load my double shot. Okay. I'm dead. I just didn't expect an XM57 back there, especially because my team is peeking this corner and not spotting him. That guy was just playing like a pussy, so I didn't spot him. Because he wasn't even peeking this corner, he was just peeking where I was, waiting for me to overpeak, which was by no means something that I was likely to do. But, you know, it is what it is. That's extremely unlucky. And I got tracked as well, so... whatever. Alright, we get Ensk, which is a good map for this tank. And it's tier 8 as well, which is excellent. I gotta say, though, this tank in general, I don't mind it as a tier 8 premium. I think I would still prefer this tank over many others, like the vast majority of tier 8s, but it's just not one of my favorites, I would say. It's sometimes just frustrating to play. And I would just rather be in a Renegade, to be honest. I don't know exactly what it is about this tank that I don't like. Maybe it's the fact that I get baited into using my double shots all the time when I really shouldn't be. I'm not sure. But I would say it's just not one of my favorites. Okay, let's play in the city now. Maybe it's the lack of DPM, I guess, is maybe part of the reason, but it's just a preem in the city. I really think, and I genuinely believe this, that using the double shot too much is a big throw. I don't think you should be using it very much at all, to be honest. Unless you really are, like, point blank. Like, even using it against the IS-6 was probably a mistake. Just looking for angles right now. I think I'm gonna peek this Tiger too. And just hope that he bounces. I'm gonna try to over-angle my front. Or angle my front, and then quick peek him. Okay, he missed it. Missed. That was a good peek. Might be able to get a second one. He's not really... Let's see if we out-reload him. And you see how I angled my lower plate there? Making it harder for him to pen it. I over-angled it by quite a lot. He has a stock turret, so I might be able to pen that. I have an SMV and IS-3 around that corner, so I've got to watch out for that. The Tiger 2 is firing gold as well, so he can pen my lower plate if he hits a good angle. At least we got the return shot there. I'm thinking about pressuring the outside like this right now, because I don't think I'm going to be able to pressure straight through because of the SMV. Maybe I can, but no, I don't think I should because the XM57 is there, actually. He's not watching this angle right now. Might be able to double peek this. Double shot this. Good. I need to switch modes to be able to reverse faster, and I want to get the hell out of here before the XM peaks. We are losing the field, so there's no reason to play too hasty here, because there's a lot of opportunity to get damage still. I'm wondering if I should go back to base right now. I think I should. I can probably hold all those guys, just because I have great armor and they don't have high pen. But this ELC might just cap, and that could be a big problem, because he can hide behind the rubble pile on the cap circle. That didn't even go through the fence. I don't know where that went. Need to get out damage quick. I'm gonna try to track this guy. I failed, unfortunately. I want to double shot the Barask, is what my plan is. Okay, we get him. Want to face hug this guy. I have to fully reload now, unfortunately. I want to keep face hugging him. I'm gonna switch to my double shot again, because otherwise I'll only get out one shot. Let's see, is there anybody else I can shoot? No. I'm dead, but that's okay. I got out quite a lot of damage at the end. Need to turn. I almost got to click there. That would have been great if I had gotten a last double shot in the ELC, but man, that team got fucking rolled. Holy shit. We bounced 2,000 damage there. As you can see, even this AMX CDA with 260 pen had trouble penning my upper plate, which is kind of a testament to how good it is. A lot of tier 10s get 260 pen as their standard pen, so it's very solid. And it wasn't even angled up. Finally, a good game where I actually got to show off some of the armor as well. Fired all AP as well, so we make 200k. Nice. Yeah, this team, don't know what was going on with them, to be honest. All right, let's do another one. All right, we get highway. Hopefully we're north. We're south. Actually, I mean, it's fine either way. But it's tier 10, which is annoying. Once again, I feel like I've been getting so much tier 10 recently in my tier 8s, and I don't know why, because tier 8 should be the most common tier played during the holiday because of the credit boosts, but I guess I'm just getting unlucky. So I'm gonna make my way into the city. I'm hoping that our T92 light tank will spot this area for us, but kind of doubt it. We'll see. I'm gonna have to waste a gold shell in order to shoot through this. So the problem is, when you shoot once and you have gold loaded, the other shell in your barrel is still a gold shell. So you can't just intuition to AP after that, because you'll be switching both barrels to, like, the barrel that's already loaded to AP as well. It's kind of the problem. Tempted to load my double shot here, but I don't know if it's worth it. I just got spotted from over there. Wasn't quite peeking enough to spot it. They don't have any artillery, so I don't have to worry about that. Usually this spot gets absolutely pounded by artillery, so I can't really spot both sides at the same time unless I peek out like this, which is probably a bad idea. Looking at what's spotted and what's unspotted, they still have quite a few unspotted tanks, but they're all tank destroyers. This 7.52 is going to be really hard to pen. He has really good armor. It's a 4K. It's just a bunch of tier 8 TDs, but yeah, as I was about to say, the XM57s are pretty likely to be in city because of just the tank that they are. They're a city tank. We just have to be patient here. It's not worth pushing up. If I were to push up into this area, then I can get shot by these bushes out here, which is not good. This guy can easily pen me if he has heat loaded, so I don't feel comfortable peeking this, really. I'm gonna wait for this guy to peek. Let's see if I can track him. Nice. Let's peek this corner real quick and see. Yeah, there's a guy. I'll trade 1-for-1, honestly. I'm okay with that. I don't really like this matchmaking, so using my HP is fine, especially because I have so much of it. Even if you play this tank as a single shot, it's not going to be that bad. It's going to be kind of like playing the Nurgle or something. It's pretty similar tank to that one. Except a little bit faster and a little bit worse armor, I think. I'm worried this Wheezy is going to peek wide and I'm not going to be able to spot him because my turret's not around the corner correctly. I think we're winning the West. It's hard to tell. Maybe we're losing it, actually. Or just even. We're up a lot of HP, though. Apparently. Yeah, just gotta play patient. Okay, so they have 2 unlit TDs only. Probably the SU-130 PM is over there. But if we get info on the SU-130 PM and he's not there, then I'll feel more comfortable to push up. Yeah, I switched to my double shot as soon as I saw him because I thought I would have time before he pulled back. Because he wants to trade with me, and indeed he did, and he even bounced me as well, which is nice. I kind of want to push now. But it's not easy to push this track them. He has a okay, he's already loaded. How does that thing shoot so fast, man? Jesus Christ. I need to pull back now that T10 is gonna peek. I'm gonna load my double shot. Nice fire. He bounces because he hit my upper plate. I'm gonna switch to single shot mode. Now I can just double shot as soon as I come off of reload because I'll have my other double shot loaded. Oh my god, I didn't realize that was a one shot, and he actually penned that. Either way though, 4k damage over a game that I didn't even play that particularly well. I'll take it. And this is kind of just, this was my experience with this tank for like the first 10 battles or something. I wasn't even playing that well, and it's just so good at trading because of its high health and because of its double shot mechanic that in city brawls it's really good. He probably hit my side in this situation because I don't think he could pen my lower plate. I should have angled more towards him. I sometimes forget that the lower plate on this thing is actually not that bad. I thought this was a tier 7. Okay. Okay. That makes more... Okay. I thought that was the tier 7 tank. Either way, he fired faster than I thought he would. Anyways, that's probably going to be the last battle. But hopefully you get a little sense of how the tank works now. You saw a couple double shots, how those work as well. And you can make a better choice as to whether you're going to try to go for this tank or not. Personally, it kind of depends what premiums you have, whether it's worth it or not. If your premiums are pretty bad premiums, then this one might be a good pickup. But if you already have some strong premiums, then this one might not necessarily be worth paying money for, especially when it's gambling to get it. Alright, so 4,000 damage, and we get 166,000 credits, even though we fired, I think, all gold this game. We got top on damage as well. Overall for this session, 4 battles, 3,000 DPG. Should have been more, but I died early on that Stu's Yankee, and I don't remember what happened the first one, but... Oh, the first one I didn't die early, but it was kind of just a blowout. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Just as a reminder, I do stream on Twitch pretty regularly, so if you guys want to check me out on Twitch, just check the description and I'll have a link there to my Twitch. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.